You ready for this? Which camera do we want to talk to the most? That one? Hey everyone, welcome to a very special episode of Pregnancy and Postpartum TV. You might have noticed that I'm not Jessica.
I am not Jessica, and I am Rain.
This guy is Rain, not Jessica either. We're here to just jump in to show you a quick recipe that Jessica really wanted you to have. It's an almond flour bread, and she knows that a lot of you have been craving bread and you've been avoiding it to keep your blood sugars in check. So she asked us to put together a video for you on this. So I have a channel as well. My channel is called How to Make Dinner, and I do quite a few healthy recipes over there. And I also just do quick dinners that you can basically whip together out of the things you already have in your cupboards. I think it's a pretty good channel. What do you think?
I think it's amazing.
So if you're interested in more kind of healthy-ish home dinners, easy dinners kind of stuff, jump on over to my channel. We'll leave a link in the description. Of course, watch this episode first and subscribe to Pregnancy and Postpartum TV if you haven't already. And
leave a like.
And leave a like. Exactly. You're good. He's good. So, Rain.
What?
Do you like bread?
Yeah.
Me too. What's your favorite thing to put on it?
Nut butter.
Ooh, nut butter. Okay, so this is going to be a nutty loaf of bread, and it's perfect with nut butter. So to kick things off, we're going to start with almonds. You can use almond flour for this, but I have whole almonds because that's just what I had in the freezer. I keep them on hand all the time. Want some?
Sure.
Delicious.
So good.
So we're going to do 280 grams. We there? Almost? Oh, went too far. Delicious. One more for you. Perfect. Yeah, put that in. There you go. Just crank it on. You just have to click it. Sorry about that. That was louder than we expected, wasn't it? So just grind it until it's pretty fine, like a flour, almond flour. Want to keep going with that? So if you go too far, it'll turn into nut butter. We don't want that. Not right now. We want that another time. Next up, we're going to add 45 grams of psyllium husk. You can buy that at any grocery store, really. Bulk stores are really good for psyllium husk. Just a quick blitz. Good. That's it. That's it. Okay. So the rest of the dry ingredients, baking soda. 9. There we go. Next up is baking powder. So twice as much baking powder as baking soda. So 18 grams. It's quite a bit. And that's because we really need the poof. You know what, Rain? I'm going to give you a spoon so you can scoop it in spoonfuls. Just take it easy because this might be, it's easy to overdo it. Remember to use the 0. Like, that's enough, plenty. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And then we're going to add half a teaspoon of salt. I'm eyeballing it. And then I'm going to give it one more little blitz. Yep. That's good. Okay. Okay. Great. Perfect. Thanks, Rain. Good job. So before I dump this all into the bowl, I'm just going to move this aside so we have less mess. We're going to measure the wet ingredients into the bowl too. So eggs, I know it's kind of weird, but I like to weigh eggs. And we're doing 200 grams of egg. You can do egg white if you prefer, but I'm a whole egg kind of gal. So here, I'll get you the compost. Just put it here and don't knock it. Just remember not to kick that over. If you have a good egg cracker on hand, you can employ them. 2 more.
Yeah.
So it's about 4 eggs or 200 grams. Depends on the size of your eggs though. Good crack. Can I do the last one?
Yeah.
I like cracking eggs too, you know? There we go. Okay, next is apple cider vinegar. It's a very, very big responsibility this is. So, and that's it for the wet ingredients. So this is a really easy, this is like very minimal ingredient cooking. I'm going to whisk these. Yeah. Whisk those together gently, no splashing. Careful. Remember to break the yolks first. Yeah, and then it starts whisking together easier. Break that other yolk. It's just, see that yolk? There you go. Okay, great. Okay, so I'm going to take the whisk out, swap it for a spatula, and then dump in the dry ingredients.
We're going to put in some sauerkraut.
Yeah. If Rain's dad had his way, there would be sauerkraut in everything. Okay, so we're just going to mix it gently. You want to take over? I'm going to bust out the scale one more time to weigh the water. I know that sounds really weird. The last step is to slowly add 175 grams of hot water. So this was from a kettle that boiled recently. You can stir and I'll pour. Does that work? Yeah, just fold it in. It's really a folding technique that we're doing here. Good. A little more.
Yeah.
Looks good. The last thing to do is to get it into, we're going to put it into our loaf pan. I'm going to come back to this side. And I have a little trick for you for lining a loaf pan. So, you have a loaf pan and an awkward piece of parchment paper. The easiest way I find to turn this into a pan liner is to flip the pan upside down, take a big square of parchment paper, and basically you make the liner on the outside. So you fold it over like you're wrapping a present, and then fold it over on the other side. And then you kind of like hold the pinch and then flip it, and then you get your trusty assistant to flip the tin and then plonk it right in. Pretty good, right? So it's pretty good. Last thing to do is to dump this into the mix. Dump the mix into the pan. So this took probably what, 10 minutes?
Yeah, around 10 minutes.
So we're just gonna level it out a little bit. You know, the last thing, Rain, is actually to sprinkle some seeds on top. So,
What about the almonds?
yeah, so you can sprinkle, when it comes to sprinkling on top, you can use whatever you want. I chose some pumpkin seeds because I love them. So Rain's gonna do the honors there and just put as many as you want on there. That's the beauty. I'm curious to know what's the first thing you're gonna spread onto this bread after you make it. What do you want to know from the people watching?
Let her know in the comments if you think that paper thing was amazing.
So look at this beautiful thing. I really hope it comes out very well. This is going to be delicious. It's going in the oven 350 for about an hour. It sometimes takes a touch longer, but I'd set it for an hour and then see how it goes. All right.
Set an hour and check on it.
That's it. Let's go in. Shall we do the honors?
Yes.
Let's do it. Look at this beauty. Doesn't that look beautiful? Isn't it something? Nice and warm? Yeah. So you'll remember that it was about half full when we put the mixture in, so it's risen quite a bit. And my favorite thing about using whole almonds rather than ground almonds, like almond flour, is that you get all the skins, which makes the bread really dark. So it kind of is reminiscent of like a dark wheat, whole meal kind of dark bread, which I really like. So best practice, as usual with any kind of bread, is to leave it. Where are you going? Oh, getting plates. He's getting plates. Best practice with any kind of bread baking is to always let it cool before you take it out of the pan, and especially before you slice it. But I kind of feel like we might break the rules here and slice into it, right? Let's do this.
We have so much toppings.
We have so many toppings. So many toppings. You get to choose your toppings. You know, we're not going to tell you what to do, right, Rain?
Yeah. Do whatever you want. Put anything you want.
So,
It's just, these are our favorite food.
ready to see?
See.
Oh my goodness, look at this. This is so lovely. So that's the end piece.
Can I have that, Alex?
Oh, it's so hot. This is a very nice loaf of bread.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so look at that. So good. If you're trying to keep your blood sugar in check, obviously you're going to not use sugary toppings. You can use things like butter, nut butter, cream cheese. What else? Rain's going to use jam. You can just, this is actually low sugar jam, so that's an option. And if you're like Rain's dad, you're going to do a little bit of an Eastern Euro thing. So this stuff, I forget how you pronounce it. Do you know how to pronounce this?
What is it?
I think it's Ivar or
What is it?
Ivar?
Ever hot.
Ivar. Okay. So this is a vegetable
Wait, let me
spread.
see it.
Yeah.
It's Ajvar.
Ajvar. One or the other.
Ajvar.
Somebody correct us in the comments if you know. And then feta. I love feta.
They're gonna have another piece, definitely.
Okay, can we cheers? Cheers.
Chewing.
This is so good.
Just take a minute about all those flavors.
Exactly.
It's so good.
Take a minute and appreciate the flavor. The texture is so nice. This is wonderful.
Really fluffy.
Okay, well,
This is the kind of bread I'll have every morning.
totally. If you want to make this bread, the full recipe will be down in the description box. Thanks for watching. Jessica will be back with you soon. And
So subscribe and leave a like.
yeah, exactly. And enjoy this bread. It's so delicious. Oh my God, it's so good. Okay.